All right, thank you very much. I'm back again for yet another fantastic, insightful, and brilliant video content on this channel, Sports 7GH. Thank you very much for staying with me. In this video, we are going to talk about CAF giving the new bid to Morocco to host the African Cup of Nations 2025 edition. Will be hosted by Morocco. We will take a look at what went into the decision. Why was it given to Morocco? What is the track record of Morocco and all of that? We are going to look into all of those issues in this channel, in this particular video. Also, we are going to talk about the 2027 African Cup of Nations as well. And then we will look at Asamoah, Ghana Black Stars legend, the all-time top scorer of the senior national team, the Ghana Black Stars. He's advising the footballers, he's advising Ghanaians, and we are going to look at that particular issue also in this particular video. Also, we will talk in detail the whole story, the full story about Victor Osimhen and Napoli. You know that from yesterday we heard that the agent of Victor Osimhen is very angry, and in fact the player himself is very, very angry at Napoli for posting a video about a player and making fun of him in terms of the penalty he missed over the weekend. And the player is currently very angry at the club and all of that. We are going to look at all the details. What are the proceedings that led to this particular one? What has happened before that can be related to all of these things. So we are just going to give you the full story. And indeed, this video is more of an African video than it is of a Ghanaian. But then there is the Ghanaian interest, which is Asamoah, and we are going to talk about that also in this video. And I'm sure all Ghanaians are interested in the African Cup of Nations. And Victor Osimhen, our fellow African brother, it's very sad, but then we will look into details and all of that. Subscribe to the channel if this is your first time watching this here. Like this video, hit the notification bell and select all, so that anytime I drop a video, you will be the first person to get a video. Leave your thoughts and comments below in the comment section if you have any. It's always a pleasure to have you join us. Thank you very much. So today, the CAF Extraordinary Congress happened, and then they've awarded the African Cup of Nations 2025 edition to Morocco to host. So Morocco will be the host nation for the African Cup of Nations 2025, and Morocco has been doing very well. In fact, if you take the World Cup, they are planning to combine a bit with Spain and Portugal for the 2030 World Cup and host the World Cup. So any country that can host the World Cup can actually host the African Cup of Nations. Is that not it? That is how it is, because in 2010, South Africa hosted both the World Cup and the African Cup of Nations. That is how it is. Because if you have the facilities to host the World Cup, how can you say you can't host the African Cup of Nations? So they really have the facilities, and in the past few years they've been preparing for this particular occasion or this particular bid. In fact, in recent years, the kingdom has built a reputation of hosting major footballing competitions such as the Club World Cup. You know that the likes of Real Madrid and the other teams, Al Ahly and the rest, they played the Club World Cup I think last year in Morocco. So it tells you of the level of their facilities. They also will host the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco as I speak to you, and then the 2025 Men's African Cup of Nations. So if you are hosting all of these tournaments, obviously you can host the Men's African Cup of Nations in 2025, and that is the reason why the bid was given to them. In fact, they got 22 votes. Nigeria and other competitor did not get any votes. Yes, Nigeria were competing for that particular slot, but then they didn't get any votes over there. Just like I told you, they have a lot of facilities. The Mohammed V Sports Complex is a world-class facility in Morocco that is projecting football, that is helping football. When you talk about the top clubs in Morocco who are doing very well, without Casablanca and the rest, all right, they are doing very well in the African continent, and they all have top quality facilities that can host the African Cup of Nations. In fact, Morocco, even if you want them to host the African Cup of Nations 2023, I'm sure they are very ready for that. And this is not a surprising one at all. They've said that the cities that will be hosting the African Cup of Nations will be Agadir, Casablanca, Fez, All right, yes, FES, FES, and then Marrakesh will also be hosting the African Cup of Nations, and then Rabat and Tangier. So Agadir, Casablanca, FES, whether FES or FES, Marrakesh, Rabat, and then Tangier. All of them will be hosting the African Cup of Nations. These are the cities that will be hosting the African Cup of Nations. And if you look at the images of these cities, oh my word. All other things being equal, if we have life and strength, we may join Morocco for this particular African Cup of Nations. On the same or at the same event, CAF also gave the African Cup of Nations 2027 bid to Kenya, Uganda, and then Tanzania. So East Africa getting a representation over there, and they will be hosting the African Cup of Nations 2025. Kenya, Uganda, and then Tanzania, 3 countries combining to host the African Cup of Nations. That will be a very, very interesting and an enjoyable moment for the whole of Africa, because 3 countries there, that will be very, very good over there. So congratulations to those 4 countries on their awarded bids for the African Cup of Nations. We hope that they will let everything go on very, very well over there. Now, let's talk about Asamoah Gyan. So Asamoah Gyan is fantastic Ghana Black Stars legend who has achieved a lot. In fact, if you are talking about the FIFA World Cup, he's the all-time top scorer for Africa in the FIFA World Cup, and he's doing very well. So some of the media men were like, "Hey, Asamoah, you are growing, but you are still very fresh boy. You are still a fine boy, sexy boy." And Asamoah was like, "Look, this is my secret. My secret is that I don't take alcohol, and I think I am very beautiful and I'm handsome because I don't drink alcohol. So all of you from the whole of Africa, from the whole of the world, if you want to be handsome like Asamoah Gyan, don't drink alcohol, don't take alcohol, stop taking or reduce the intake of alcohol. Okay, reduce it. Maybe you cannot stop, but then reduce it." So that is what Asamoah Gyan is saying. I deemed it fair to present that to you also. So let's go straight into the Victor Osimhen story. This is very simple. And Victor Osimhen Ankasano, the thing is that he's been having some 1 or 2 hitches with Napoli. The first issue is that they've presented him a new bid or a new offer to extend his contract for Napoli, but he has not yet extended his contract. His contract currently that is running will end in 2025. Okay, so he's left with like 2 years for his contract to run out. He has not yet extended his contract. Now the new coach of Rudy Garcia of Napoli is also not on a good note with Victor Osimhen. In fact, over the weekend, Victor Osimhen was angry that he substituted him from the game when they were playing versus Bologna, and the game was 0-0. In fact, Victor Osimhen missed the penalty in that particular game, and that missed penalty is what is bringing all the issues. When he was substituted, he was angry that he was substituted because he thought, "Look, I am the man for the job. If we want the win, yes, I've missed the penalty, but I can still do the job." You get a point. And then also, so these are some of the 2 things that influences Victor Osimhen's idea that, look, these people don't like me and they are trying to gang up against me. So yesterday, that particular TikTok video, in fact 2 videos, one of them, they say that, look, his hair is like a coconut. I'm a coconut. Can you imagine that an official Twitter and TikTok account will say that their players' hair is like a coconut and their player is a coconut? I'm a coconut. How can you be joking with this and say that we are making fun of it? How do you make fun of something like this? You are insulting somebody and say that I'm making fun of it. This is not making fun. Also, they said that, look, give me the penalty, this and that. The penalty was given to Victor Osimhen, and then he missed it, and then they are making fun of it and say that, oh, the defense of Napoli's social media handle is that we were just making fun. It's not something serious. It's not any racist comment, and it's not. Look, how can this be a making fun thing? How can your player miss a penalty and that is the avenue for you to make fun with it? It's not like your player scored 3 goals and you are making fun with it too. Your player missed the penalty and that is the avenue for you to make fun with it. That is absolutely wrong. And I agree with Victor Osimhen. He has every right to be angry at them. He has every right to be angry at them because this is very much uncalled for. Now, the agent of Victor Osimhen is saying that they are planning to take legal action against Napoli. But then, how will you take legal action against a club you are still playing for and you still have a contract with them? So it will be some way. But then I'm sure that in January, maybe Napoli will be thinking of selling this particular player, because currently, as I speak to you, Victor Osimhen has deleted everything Napoli from his Instagram account. There is nothing Napoli on his Instagram account, only Nigeria, and then his personal pictures on his. So it tells you that indeed he's very, very disappointed with Napoli, and ungrateful is actually trending on social media. Ungrateful. Everybody say that Napoli has been so ungrateful to Victor Osimhen, because since signing for the club, he's been very consistent footballer, scoring goals every season, being the first African to win the Capo Cannoniere, the goal king, the top scorer in the Italian league. He won you the league after some 33 years since Maradona did it for you. He helped you to win the league. So what has changed that will make you turn against him in that manner? So those are some of the issues, and Victor Osimhen has been called up for Napoli's game versus Udinese today. You know that Napoli will be playing the Italian Serie A, and he has been called up for that particular game. Let's see whether he will play or not, or how things will go. But then that's how the issues are. Very, very, very unfortunate from Napoli. Maybe they should plan a gargantuan sorry or apology for him, because this is uncalled for. Nothing has spoiled. Oh, this is not a Champions League final, or it's something crucial games, just a Bologna game, and you are bringing all of these issues. It's very, very surprising, but those are the details, those are all the background stories that we decided to bring you on this channel. Thank you very much for joining us. Do want to subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit the notification bell, select, or leave your thoughts and comments below. Definitely, I'll see you in the next update. Bye bye.